Oh yeah, here it yeah, so here we go. Says presentation. So I think that's hers. So do you want to make the announcement about the hangout?
Yeah, I guess you want to.
Hey gang, have your attention for just one sec. Phil Sweezy, one of the teachers from Hampton High, is going to be filming for Hangouts for any team that wants to be broadcast on Hangouts, but you can opt out of that.
Basically, I put a Hangout on air, so if anyone wants to kind of tune into it, they can. It's going to be accessible. I'll tweet it out, and hopefully whoever manages the Brilliant Labs account, they send it out. Then you'll be able to kind of tune in and watch it. If you're not interested in being on the Hangout, just let me know, and I'll just like pause it and mute it for that pitch. But just I know that my students and their parents are okay with it, and they want to be able to take the link later on and cut it and use it for their own purposes. So
if you like the link, just come over and see Phil, and you can email it to whoever is here. They want to be able to pop online and watch. And if you want to be filmed, if you do not want, let us know, and Phil won't.
I'll tweet it out in a second, Brian, if you wanted to just.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll let you guys get all set up here. Okay, Sharice, I'm just going to take your laptop over here. And so now, I need... All right, you're on the judge. Okay, you guys get it. See? Oh, and... Oh, no. We also have a photographer here from Wicked Ideas. My office is over there. If any of you do not want your picture taken, let us know. Now, shyness really isn't a good reason, though we'll respect it. Because we'll also tweet out those photos and have them available to you afterwards. Okay. So we'll get. So this is somebody from this game.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, it's yours. That's all right. Great. Welcome to you. It's not there. The list, the order. Oh, there. Okay, good. Where are my judges? Hello, judges.
I think that's still like.
They're still eating. Okay, you got a few minutes because the judges are still eating. So just relax. Just grab yourself a glass of water.
Yeah, you never say really? You know you're not going to be We still can get it lit.
Yeah, waiting for our judges, so I'm also, oh gosh, it became very quiet in here all of a sudden. So maybe I could ask some of the teachers and parents and friends and family members what it's been like for the last month or 10 days, and what today has been like for you. What's some of your feedback from today? Anybody want to offer an observation about all these fantastic ideas that these teens have come up with? Kathy?
My feedback would be there are lots of people in the tech community who want to help. And so I know I've helped with a couple of teams, and it's easy to help. You just have to ask for it. So that was really good. But the other thing that I noticed is that just the fact that coming up with an idea, and at the end of it, you might have a presentation, but how long it takes to really flesh through that idea, I think it was a big learning for the students.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, I want to do a shout out right now for all the teachers who are here from Caledonia Regional, from Hampton High, and from Fredericton High. Thank you so much. It is so important to have teachers who are behind your students and encouraging them and telling them to take risks. So kudos to you, because you yourselves are intrapreneurs, because you're bringing a new way of teaching and stuff into the classroom, and that we think is absolutely awesome. All right, welcome, Bill. All righty. So, works, you're all ready? Okay, no worries. Just like all of the issues. All right, so now we are here for the big moment. So I'm quickly going to introduce our panel of judges to you. So starting from here, we have Dr. William McIver. He is the NSERC Research Chair in Mobile First Technology at the New Brunswick Community College. So Dr. McIver has lots of experience with the National Research Council in, tell me again, Bill. I always say that he's got experience in mobile technology, but it's a lot more than that.
The different computer language.
That's right. That's right. And so we're very excited to have him here. And then we have Susan Almond, who is an analyst with Mariner Partners. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about Mariner Partners.
Okay. At Mariner Partners, we've got two divisions. One, we have our own products, so we're innovators in the house. And on the other side is our consulting services. That's primarily where I work. So I get to go and learn new things and work with new people and try things I've never seen. And right now, I just started a new startup. So I went to a place where I didn't know the people, I didn't know the technology, and that's a lot of fun.
And Susan is also the volunteer organizer of Ladies Learning Code in St. John Region. And that's an awesome organization for girls and women to learn more about coding. And she's got an event on June 7th at the KB Library for moms and daughters to learn Scratch.
Actually, it's HTML, CSS.
Oh, HTML, CSS. My apologies. Okay. Giles Council is with T4G. So Giles, why don't you tell them a little bit about what you do at T4G?
Well, T4G is a professional services firm with offices across the country. I'm based here in Fredericton, and we're trying to build a business specifically around the energy sector. So we have developed some online software as a service offerings and some consulting around that.
And this whole idea for the Student Superpower Challenge, of course, came out of T4G's Big Data Congress. And so this idea to expose teenagers to technology and how it can impact their lives and they can do things with is something that everybody at T4G is really valued behind. So we're thrilled to have them as the host and major sponsor of this, along with Brilliant Labs. So, without further ado, we are going to hear now from Cleek from Cassidy Allen and Nicola Gallagher from Fredericton High School.
Well, hello and good morning, guys. My name is Nicola Gallagher, and I'm Cassidy Allen, and we're here from Fredericton High School to introduce to you our innovative clothing swap and shop app called Click. Now, Cassidy and I have always had a passion with the fashion and fashion industry. It's something that we would love to pursue in the future, and next year, actually, we're going to be taking communication programs. I'll be attending Mount St. Vincent at Halifax for PR, and I'll be going to Toronto to Ryerson University for fashion communications. And I'll hand it over to Cassidy to introduce Click to you guys. So to start out, we want to give you guys a little bit of a background as to how we came up with this idea. So a few years ago, a Facebook page was started called Girls Only, and it was meant for girls in the Fredericton area to post their previously owned clothing and accessories, and it connected them with people in the community and allowed them to buy and sell their used clothing. But a few months ago, the page actually shut down because it got to 3,000 users, and the girl that was managing it just couldn't manage it well enough to keep it user-friendly for everyone that was on it. So we kind of saw a gap in the market for all these girls that were using this page previously that now had nowhere to go to sell their previously owned clothing. So next we have a video that was produced by me and Cassidy to help explain our vision of what we see Click to be.
Welcome to Click. Click is an interactive clothing swap and shop app. It allows you to connect with people in your community to buy and sell your previously owned clothing and accessories. To shop, you just need a profile that can be linked to your Facebook. You set your location and then start posting items directly from your phone or tablet. Hashtags can be added to your items to help set them apart and make them easier to find. If you want to purchase something, you can IM the seller directly through the app to set a meetup or negotiate the price. After the purchase is made, the seller will simply press a button to take down the listing, and then the buyer can leave a rating for the seller. This rating will help to distinguish the trustworthiness of sellers. After a period of time, items will be removed to keep the inventory fresh and new. Click is the future of thrift shopping, a unique and easy way to refresh and recycle your wardrobe. Don't trash it, cash it.
Alright, so I really hope that that video helped for you guys to see our vision for what we want Click to be. Now next we came up with Click, we wanted to do a little bit of statistics, surveying to see if this is something people were even really interested in. So we asked 2 questions around our school, and the first was about girls only. We asked if people use girls only, and 55% of people told us yes, they have used girls only. And then 40% told us no, they didn't use it, but yes, they knew what it was. And then this very small 5% did not know what it was. And the 40% of the people that didn't use it but knew what it was told us the main reasons was safety. It was on Facebook, everyone could see their messages between people, and then also just wasn't really user-friendly. And then the second question we asked was about Click. So first we explained Click and what we wanted Click to be, and then we asked people could they see themselves using Click. And an overwhelming amount of people, 90%, said yes, we could see ourselves using Click. And that really showed us that there is potential for this in the market.
So we did a little bit of market research and we looked at people that would be our potential competition. So we found 2 apps that had similar ideas, but we realized that there were key things that set us apart from these 2 apps. So the first is Poshmark, which is similar to our idea of posting previously owned clothing, but Poshmark is only in the States currently, and it's geared towards older people, so it's more for women that have brand name things, so like Coach and Chanel, things for sale for like $200, $400, $600. And these items, it's not local either. The seller is responsible for shipping to wherever the buyer is in the country. And with Kijiji, we did like the idea of the local and location services, but we found that Kijiji just wasn't a place that people our age that were looking to sell their clothing wanted to go. And so our target market is female students ages 16 to 25 that have clothing that they want to sell and money that they want to make. So what we want to do is put these girls in communities and give them the opportunity to connect with others to sell their clothing. And for example, we could make smaller groups in the locations. So for example, in Fredericton, a smaller group might be U and B, and this connects you with an even more precise group so that it makes swapping, shopping, and buying just an easier thing for everyone. We also really want to connect with Facebook, and not only is this a great way to integrate people's profiles, but it can also lead to a really easy way and cheap way for us to market. So if someone were to purchase something, it would show up on their Facebook page, which would in turn give the people that their friends, they would see like, hey, my friend just made $30 in this cool app, and then they would have incentive to go and search for click. We also see that competition, we have a lot of growing potential as a business, and yeah, we just want to give you a little description of what our app would look like.
And some key points we really want to stress with our app is something that's easy. It's user-friendly, they can easily navigate through the site with no questions asked. Then we want something that's quick. They can find their item in their closet they really want to get rid of, snap a pic with their phone, and upload it straight to Click.
We also see this is really eco-friendly. It gives people an option not to just throw out their old clothes, but to keep the cycle and recycle going. It's also, as you mentioned, local, and it connects people in the community.
And safety, which is one of the most important things we want to stress. We want people to feel like they're a part of a community that's trustworthy, safe, reliable. And by this, we would do private messages, similar feature to Kijiji. You get sellers or buyers to message the sellers privately. Another thing is you can rate your sellers. If you had a good experience with your seller, you can rate them, which then in return shows other people that they are reliable. And then lastly, like Cassidy mentioned, is about Facebook, how it's connected to Facebook, and how people can see who they're selling and buying from.
And then we just have a little mock-up of the app design. So this is kind of what we pictured Click looking like. It would be a really simple design, and yeah, so you can like the image, you can search more about the image, and the hashtags at the bottom show that this person is looking under the H&M skirt extra small category, and by scrolling through, you can find more things under these hashtags.
And lastly, what will we do with the money? So if we walk through with the $5,000 today, we want to develop our app. And that's how we test in the market. That's how we see if people really want this. So with $5,000, we would develop our app.
And we think that Click is really the future of thrift shopping. So we see that there's a lot of potential and there's a gap in the market. So thank you guys so much for listening to our pitch. If anyone has any questions, we'd love to answer them for you.
So thanks, girls. Questions for you. Can I ask about the integration with Facebook? Is it that it displays the messages or it doesn't display the messages?
No, it does. So like, let's say someone were to buy something, it would be connected to their Facebook. So then it would pop up, or if they were selling something, it would pop up on their news feed. And it could show them, oh, this person bought something from here, I'm interested too maybe in this as well, and check out the app.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be like the personal messaging between the buyer and the seller, that wouldn't show up, but just like their activity on the app, that would show up in the Facebook.
What kind of privacy options would you offer the user?
Well, we do want to, like we said, integrated Facebook is more just a way to like put a face to the person that you're buying from. So like with Kijiji, it's kind of like anonymous. This is just a little bit more personal, but we still want to make sure that it's really safe. So like, what kind of privacy? Like, what were you?
Well, what if someone did not want the fact that they purchased something to show up on their?
Okay, yeah, well, you would definitely
have a setting probably that you could shut it off and not want it to show up.
Yes, that's pretty good standard with most apps. You have the option whether you have to put it up on Facebook or not.
And also with privacy, you want to allow people to be able to flag people if they've had maybe a bad experience or feel this person's not on here for the right reasons. They can flag and then have some sort of administration. So be moderating that. Then they could contact them and sort things out, or just they'd be kicked off the site.
So what were the main reasons that people were using the old one, the one that went away, and the reasons that they gave you for wanting to use the one that you're proposing?
Mainly the reason that the other one went away, again, it was just like, it wasn't well monitored, and there were, new things popping up like every couple minutes. There was a new listing, so things were getting pushed to the bottom. It was harder for people to get their things seen, and a lot of the times, like, people would get on there that really shouldn't have been on there, and since there were so many people and so many posts, it was just hard for the girl that was monitoring to do a good job at it. So yeah, with ours, we told people that we wanted to create something that was user-friendly, really safe and local, and just all around more user-friendly, but the same idea as Girls.
So, but what would motivate someone to use it? What would be their main reasons?
Well, I know, like, for me at least, I have a lot of clothes, and trends change, and you want new things, but, what are you going to do if you have a piece of clothing and like, personally, I wouldn't go to Kijiji to put it up, because I feel like it's some place that's not really going to get noticed, because it's not meant for clothing, it's meant for a variety of things. So something like this is a place where girls can go and post an item where all the girls are there for the same reason, to buy and sell clothing.
And I think it's a really great thing because students our age, it can be difficult to make money, and this is a really easy way for people our age to make money.
So,
Go ahead.
is the shipping cost, is that the main reason you want to keep it local, or are there other reasons why you'd like to have that?
Well, I think we like with the style that Kijiji goes with, just how it is local, and you can go, like, if maybe you weren't sure if it would fit you, or if there was something you're not that interested, you can meet up with the seller and just see maybe if it fits you, or if because things sometimes it's different in photos than it does in person, and see if you were interested in it by going to see them instead of shipping it and realizing, oh, I don't like this, but I have to keep it now.
And also, again, just like going towards our target market, a lot of people our age, when we hooked up with a credit card or PayPal and have the ability to like ship things across the country, so it just makes it more accessible.
So in your business, the sellers obviously make money. How would you, the app developers, make money? How would you sustain the business?
Yeah, okay, so what we would do is we would there's a couple things we've looked at, and one of them is we would offer people, similar to kind of Kijiji, they can pay more money to have their thing seen like at the top of like a site or our app, so we can get there for everyone to kind of see it when they first log on. Also just advertising on the page is another possibility. And then another possibility but this would have to be connected to some sort of PayPal thing, which we were trying to gear not to, but just having like they would give us like 3% or 4% of what they sold it for, and that would be the income.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks. That was really great. It's tough being first. All right, there we go. Okay, next up, we are going to set up Riley Foster from Campobello Island Consolidated School and her idea of help fishermen. Okay. Do you have any sound? Can you sound? There you go. All right.
In many areas, the salmon helicopter is mainly normal, but in communities like mine, the salmon helicopter is being trouble and causes fear. Many history and genealogy books have records of fishermen lost at sea. Let's think it would be something we would face today that actually occurs quite often. And unfortunately, a lot of the time, we are listening and hearing about it on the evening news. A string of multiple fishing tragedies spiraled in 2008, shattering the small communities of Washington and Charlotte counties. And these events are still continuing today. My name is Riley Foster, and I am 16 years old. I grew up in Raymond and in 2008 I moved to Campobello. I have recognized the problem taking place in not only my community, but all around the world, and I believe I have an answer. People are being lost. And I want to create attractive advice for fishermen so that they can return home to their families. I I imagine most of you in this room have sat down at a restaurant and enjoyed a delicious lobster roll or a bowl of seafood chowder. Communities like mine depend on the market of these products. But do you ever stop and think about who caught the meal in front of you, or who woke up at 3 a.m. and spent their day cold and wet? They're exhausted from the day before and can't imagine to begin doing it all over again. These men and women risk their lives every single day to provide for their families. What if we could help them? According to the Fisheries and Oceans Association, in 2010, there are 17,797 registered fishermen in Atlantic Canada. They estimate that this means that there are 20,000 people in the fishing industry in Canada. According to the Food and Agriculture Association, there are 38 million commercial fishermen in the world. They also reported that from 1992 to 1999, 78 deaths took place per year. Every fisherman should be wearing a device like mine because it can help save lives. You may think that people like prison workers, firemen, and police officers would be the most dangerous jobs in Canada. But in fact, according to the Association of Workers' Compensation Board, they are not even in the top 5. Fishing, however, is along with mining, logging, construction, and transportation. During lobster season from 1999 to 2001, 17 deaths occurred. And as you can see on this table, only one of the deaths was due to a personal incident. The rest of the deaths were due to people falling overboard and capsizing or sinking boats. My vision is to create a tracking device for fishermen. Every crew member will have a device. They will wear it and it will attach to their clothes. Every boat will have a monitor program for these devices. Every device will be registered with a home database. The monitor will show the coordinates of the fishermen at all times. When the fisherman falls overboard, the device will detect where they are and the crew can attempt to find the missing member. In more dangerous conditions, crew members can monitor their whereabouts until the Coast Guard has arrived. In the event that a loss still takes place, they can use the device to recover the body and provide the families with closure. Currently, there are only 2 devices like mine out, a START and an EPIR. However, these devices are for the boat and not the individual crew members themselves. They can be purchased online at a marine supply store and in magazines. This is also who I would approach about promoting my product. Ideally, I would like to speak with the government officials about it being mandatory to wear a device such as mine, like flotation devices. Quite often, search crews will spend countless hours looking for bodies and lost fishermen and find nothing. My device could not only help save lives and recover bodies, but also save time and money for these search crews. Did you know that if the body is not recovered, they are considered missing? Which means that these families do not collect survivor or death benefits for up to 7 years. This leaves families without their main provider and without closure. I interviewed 11 fishermen. In my community. The fishermen currently do not wear safety gear because it is too big and bulky and it hinders their ability to work. Currently, there is not a device such as this made for individual crew members and only the boat itself. The fishermen would purchase my device that was small, waterproof, lightweight, secure, and could attach to their wrist, ankle, or the belt loop on their pants. The fishermen in my community were willing to purchase my device for around $200 to $400 per member. My idea is also useful in other areas. This is Aaron Ralston, and he was featured in a movie called 127 Hours. He was a mountain climber and got stuck in the Utah mountains for 5 days because a boulder had fell on his arm. He ended up going to drastic measures and amputated his own arm in order to escape. Could this have been avoided if he had a device like mine and his family could have found him? While the original use of my product was for fishermen, as you can see, you can also use it for mountain climbers, surfers, and hikers. But most importantly, my product can help save lives and find people who are lost. This is Daisy, and this is Daisy's father, Joseph. And this is Daisy releasing memories, this is Daisy releasing memories in memory of her father lost at sea. In 2009, Joseph Lloyd Jones, was lost to the ocean, doing what he loved to do best, fishing. He was the sixth member in our community to go missing in 1 year. Daisy was only 4 years old. Joseph's body was never found, and now every time a bone or a ring is found in the net or trapped on a boat, his family has to relive that awful day all over again, waiting for verification. We could help avoid these tragedies, and we could help lessen the pain of all families struggling. I'm looking for your support to develop this personal tracking device that could one day save a member of my community. Technology will help save the body, but I can help save a friend. Thank you for your consideration.
What will the device look like? How will they verify?
I was going for a bracelet type style. So it would go either around their wrist or ankle or even attached to their belt loop or strap with their oil gear.
What kind of help do you need to develop that?
I would need help with the technology as far as making it waterproof and if there was limits to how far these people could be away from the monitor and how far the coordinates could go. And that's one of the other challenges would be money to help get this started.
So, as part of the solution, then there are the wristband devices and then a central kind of transmission from the boat.
Right.
So, would you see them selling this to fishing boat operators, or would every fisherman have a band that would?
Well, there's this thing called a black box, and you will find them on a lot of boats that go fishing. And there's this thing. It's basically like you see fish. They monitor all these boats so they can see where the boats are 24/7. So my vision was that maybe my devices would go along with that, so not only could sea fish monitor the boat, but also the individual people. But then also I was hoping to have something like that on the boat itself. That way, if the crew member calls overboard, the crew themselves can start looking right away instead of waiting hours and hours for these search crews to come. Because sometimes it takes a while, depending on how far away you are, sometimes it can take hours for these people to come. By then it's usually too late.
Right. And how do the boat devices work? Is there a built-in radio in it?
Yeah, there's a built-in radio, and another it's like a GPS, just the same as the black box.
There are also devices that are available for hikers. I don't know, maybe they're too bulky or too expensive. Have you looked at any of the other devices?
I haven't touched up on those just because mainly my idea was for fishermen, and I also just considered the fact that it could also be used for other activities or jobs. So no, I haven't really looked into that a whole lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Chuck is a corner back her left. Could you guys pass Sharice that? She can absolutely use or we can use Sharice's again. Did you guys do Facebook? Okay. When are you? Are you 4? No, you're 7. Okay, yeah, no, we can either use Sharice's again or you want You guys ready? Yep. All right, so next up, we've got the solar heating idea from the Caledonia Regional High School team of Mitchell Cook, Ryan Downey, Andrew White, and Tyler Hicks.
Ryan Downey's absent.
Ryan is absent. Okay, there we go. Okay, go guys.
Hi, we're here to talk about our supplementary solar heating idea to provide heat to homes everywhere in New Brunswick, but to start locally, and supplementary heat. We just want you to imagine that providing heat for the homes all in New Brunswick. We want you to know that we can hopefully hit our goal to take about $400 annually on lowering heating bills, but this should take only about 6 months to hit this goal because you do not need heat in the summer when people are using air conditioning and fans and everything. And also in New Brunswick there are thousands of people who are missing heaters or fireplace or furnaces and can't afford heat in New Brunswick. So we want to provide a free way to heat using the solar power. We just want you to see that the sun is a free way to heat homes in New Brunswick, and that anything that we can use for free to help save people money in New Brunswick can help in any way to save money for phone bills, electrical, even things that people use and as their wants and not their needs. And we also want to say that our idea can be put anywhere from a home, a garage, a cottage, anywhere you can provide heat that you need it in the wintertime. We're going to build this device at our school in Caledonia, and we are looking to buy materials from our local hardware store that Mitchell's dad owns. And we're hopefully going to build these for around $300 to $450 and sell them from around just over that to $750. But the thing about our design is that it doesn't matter how much heat goes into our box, but how our airflow distributes it into your house. So we're looking at to make a double pass airflow to put as much heat into your home than what you're getting into the heating box.
Our design is like this one. This is just an easy airflow going through and out. Ours is more of a double intake, and we have a fan pulling it through, so we have an airflow going through it. And we have hockey rink glass mostly to protect it and will not burst over 200 degrees temperatures. And we have it so the air will circulate more. The more it circulates, the more part of the air we'll get and going into the house. We designed it for a house. We have a few people who want to put it on a garage and camps and cottages. And we're looking at putting it beside or in front and back of the house, and it has a kickstand to angle it however way the sun's hitting your house mostly. And it's not attached to the house, it's standing close to the house and the pipes going in the house. You can send the pipe so you can move around to where the sun's mostly at. And mostly where the sun hits your yard, mostly you can move around to.
And it's also going to be all black inside with high heat metal clad paint so that it can absorb as much heat as possible to go into our pipes to provide heat. So as Mitchell said, it'll have a double pass airflow so that the more there's heat in the pipes, the more heat that can be provided to go into your house. So the more the heat moves around in the pipes, the more heat you can put into the house. And and it is also important that this isn't going to replace your heating for the year. This is just supplementary, so that there's only sun for 4 hours in the day. It just runs for free for the 4 hours. So at nighttime it would stop, and early in the morning when the sun's just rising, it won't be working. So this will just be a supplementary to add on and provide free heat for your home. And we were also looking to do either a temperature so that inside the box the intake fan isn't running unless a certain temperature is on, or even running the air intake fan for if there's a solar panel to provide heat. And we just want to say that there's many homes in New Brunswick that are don't have enough heat that they need, and their energy bills are $500 plus a month, and they can't afford to heat their home. So even anything that we can make will help them save money and provide heat for their home. And it's also very environmentally friendly because we don't need to burn oil, wood to provide smoke into the air, or even electricity, and cost people a lot of money every year. And also, NV Power is also always asking us to lower our demands, to shut off TVs at night, and to keep our energy low. So this isn't using any energy. This is all coming from free heat from the sun, from the environment, and saving taxes, wage freezes, and cost of living are putting new financial pressure at the Brunswick families. So this can be easily affordable and free to heat, and this will also be an environmentally friendly trend that we are providing at CRHS in our local area.
We have homes in Albert County where kids have to wear their snowsuits in the house to keep warm because the heating is not affordable for their families. We know our county is not unique. There's homes all over New Brunswick where they can't afford heating.
We just want to say that there's also people in New Brunswick that we could help donate this to. For people who we can make money and sell these to middle class people or lower income, but the people who are not making enough money to buy this and keep their homes, we can make some to donate and put in, and we can install them and build them ourselves. We do not need Red Seal people or licensed people to build this because it's not going into your house. It's just on the outside, so we can hopefully help some people with their heating, and so that people are staying warm in the wintertime in New Brunswick.
We are asking for this chance to lead an area which will begin to trend soon. We want to create an innovation, a real solution for supplementary heating of New Brunswick homes. We want your support so that we can do this in a timely manner and with mentoring industry support.
And we also just want to thank anybody for hopefully this idea gets out there, gets mainstream for people to buy it, maybe use it, or create some. We also want to say that if we win the $5,000, we will get two or three made to go put out into test homes we already have ready, and get out there, get some data back, and start seeing what we can do to lower numbers of heating and putting heat into homes. See what we can save for monthly heating bills over winter. That's it.
Okay. Can you tell me how it's installed?
For installation, we're putting two pipes into the basement or garage or wherever we're pushing it home. And one pipe's going to be close to the ground where the air is going to be pulled in because the cold air is closest on the ground. And there's going to be a pipe around the chest level with the intake fan that's pulling it all through. So it has the air coming through at all times. And we'll be pushing it out at chest level and just
yeah, and we're going to have it so it's portable. So if your heat is, you can even have your pipes in your front of your house or in the back of your house, so that if sun rises and goes over to the other side of your house, you can easily move it to the other side and connect it to your pipes, so you can always follow the sunlight, or even have two models. And we also are going to make a larger model for bigger spaces, like a bigger garage or a barn or something in the winter, and our smaller models will be more affordable for urban areas.
Will it get covered in snow?
That's the thing. We have it at an angle, 30-degree angle, so that it can be either the snow will slide off of it, or it's so hot that it should melt any snow that falls on top.
How big is it, your prototype?
Mostly, right now we're making them, we're going to start making them at 4x8, but if someone needs a smaller model, we can cut the glass and make them smaller, or we can make a larger one. But we're starting at 400.
And how did you get to $100 in month savings? How did you figure out that that's what?
We look at, there's other models out there. There is one for a price point of about $2,000 to install, and it is more efficient. It has like a triple or quadruple airflow. So we reduced and said that if we had a double airflow going into the house, that if we could get the temperatures that we get around here in the sun coming down, that you could save about $50 to $100 a month, and that varies from how much sun is out there.
How did you arrive at the price range that you mentioned for $450 to $600?
Yep, it depends on our materials, because our materials are priced at about $400, including the glass and the metal clad paint and the metal downspouts that we need to build it. But if it ranges from $400 to $650 for if we need to build a bigger one or we just build a smaller one. And basically, what the buyer wants, we're going to try to build in size and height.
Also, have you thought about how you would manufacture these, the layout and the workflow and that sort of thing?
Yeah, basically we want to get our design, we want to get some test ones out there and see what we can change to make our design just right to get the maximum amount of data back to build a better prototype. And then once we get that, we're going to get a metal bender and start making them with more material faster and try to get them out there to as many people as we can.
Is your idea really to try to do this as a not-for-profit thing, cover your costs and get this out there?
Yeah, we want to get it out there and get our data out, and then once we have that, we can make some. Once we're making revenue, we can make some for the people who can't afford heat or can't afford to buy our product, and we can sell to the people who want to just save money on their heating.
So is it the four of you who are going to work together for this, or do you have others involved?
Yes, Brian and I are going to more go out and try to market it to people we know, and Tyler and Mitchell are going to be building them every day and trying to get them built and out to people.
So get your goals assigned.
Yeah.
Sorry, how many people? You said you have two that were already.
There's one absent today to the national fencing tournament.
No, in terms of your installations.
We have 3 people that right now that we're going to install them and get our data back.
Okay.
Monthly through the winter, and we're trying to fix them so they work better, and if something's wrong, we're going to try to fix them.
And are they in the houses or in garages or barns? Or
We have 1 in a garage and 2 in houses.
We have 2 in the house.
Yeah.
So you sound like you're all experienced with shop class.
Yeah.
Metal bending and stuff.
Yeah, we basically want to get some built and see what we can do to make them more efficient, make them easily portable and installed. And once we have them built, we can start making as many as we can.
Okay, awesome. Perfect. I will just let me off my shoe and. Okay. You guys have a laptop? Wait. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Use a moment. Great. Totally centralized. Hold down. What else is there? Going to be down there, you want to do that? So you ready? Okay. All right, now we're going to hear from the 2 Marks. We're going to hear from Mark Whitaker, Mark Hall, Harborview High School, and they have an idea for how to help you in your locked car doors.
My name is Mark Whitaker. I'm Mark Hall, and I just want to ask, get some audience input here. Who here's locked their keys in their car before? Yeah, good many of you. I know I have. It sucks. Spent 3 hours with a coat hanger and a crowbar trying to open my door. And I damaged the ceilings of my passenger door. It couldn't keep heat, and it was just getting into winter time. That sucked even more.
Another question, how many people have been driving down the road and seen a check engine light and not knowing what it was? Right? I know not everyone here knows about cars. Not everyone can go under the hood and tell you exactly what's wrong with the car. This app here solves both problems at once.
We came up with the vehicle app, which we're going to call My Ride Vehicle Application, which anyone of you can guess.
This is one piece of hardware paired with a free application. So it's easy to install. That the support here. It will just be one module, plugs into that. It's powered by your onboard diagnostic systems in your car. So
there's going to be a few simple steps to how to make this work. One, you just walk on down to your retail store that has to deal with maybe auto parts, Canadian Tire, Princess Auto, Walmart, anything of the sort, and you can go and buy this product for about
$60 to $100
in that area.
Step 2, you open up the box, instructions to the QR code and website that has all 3 platforms for your tablet or mobile device.
You just give it a scan, click on your platform, download the application. Step 3, you then log onto the website, you register your application. Each one of these things is going to come with a serial number on it. You then put the serial number, which will hook up the product to your phone, and that will pair it. And once you pair it, then that device is recognized as yours, and you can interchange it between vehicles.
So step 4 is you take the MyRod module and plug it right into your onboard diagnostic part. This requires no tools necessary. All cars after the year 1996 are equipped with this. They're all standard, and they do not require tools or anything. They're all on easy access to the driveway.
By law. But what else can this do other than unlocking your doors or reading codes?
So this is going to scan for problems with your car's engine, your ABS brakes. So like you'd be going on the road, so you need more brake fluid. This is a major problem in your car. This could possibly save you from getting into a car accident.
I know I could have used it when my transmission fluid went out in my last car. I didn't check it and I lost the transmission and had to buy a whole new car because of that.
It'll include, of course, keyless entry. It's going to have your gas level and mileage, so it's going to tell you how much gas in your car and how far you can go with it based on your car's gas mileage at the time.
Once you buy this product, it is yours. It's not going to be like the other competitors, like OnStar, where you have to make monthly payments. And it's not going to be stuck solely to that one car. It's a little product, you can unplug it, plug it in another car, anytime, anywhere, and it'll work.
So there's USA, there's an average of 254.4 million vehicles in the United States. So about 25.4 million in Canada, 10% average. All cars after 1996 have onboard diagnostic cards. So any car up from 96 to 2014, all are going to be compatible all at once. So we're bringing old car, new car technology to the old cars as well. Because I know not everyone can afford high-end cars.
We looked up and we found 2 competitors. One big one is OnStar. I'm sure you've all heard about it. And another one is SmartStart. We're going to start talking about these 2.
So SmartStart is by Fredericton Electronics. Customer support for this product is very expensive, more than $60 annually for the cheapest plan. The more expensive plan that comes with GPS charges $300 up front for 3 years. Not everyone's got that money right away. And they also say it's not very reliable. One customer said door locks no longer work, nor does my headlights or the remote start.
The next one is OnStar. Like I said, I'm sure you've all heard about it. They have 2 plans that you can get. One is a safe and sound plan that costs $25 a month or $289 a year. The direction and communications plan, which has not very many other features, is $40 a month or $438 annually. It's only on GM cars, General Motors, Ford, no, not Ford,
Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac.
And it's only the newer models. It has to be in the vehicle when you buy it, or you can't get it. But one thing about ours is we want to make the technology that's in the newer cars available to everyone. Because not everyone's going to be driving those high-end cars. They're the new cars. I know I'm not. I had 2005. I'd like to have this kind of technology where I press a button and my car starts, or I unlock my car with my phone. I'd like to know all that stuff, but I can't. With this, anyone can as long as they have a car, which is the year 1996.
And when you compare with other things like CAA, which like if you lock your car, you could be in the middle of nowhere, call CAA, and they're going to take possibly hours to get out to your location to unlock your car. This, with the module, will be powered by either Bluetooth or a radio signal. It can be done by yourself, no cost needed, just a one-time price. So this can be transferred to any of your friends' cars, so you're going on a road trip, just take that in, put it in your other car. Once it's yours, it's yours. After you sell the car, just take it in. And take this time to feedback and questions.
We can get questions from anyone here.
All right.
Once you plug it into the port, what do you have to do to set it up? Is there anything?
You would set it up before you plug it in the port. You'd go and register it on that application, type in your serial code, and register with an email and a password. You just put it in and turn your Bluetooth on.
And it'll just work.
It would sync all your car information, like you would have a menu that would say run car diagnostics, unlock car doors, and it should be easy as that. So anyone
is powered by the car battery.
It's going to include a small battery that will be charged by the car battery as it's in use, and then it'll last between, like it'll have a long battery life.
That way your car's battery is not going to die when this thing's plugged in.
It'll also have a hard on-off switch if you're going to be leaving the car at an airport for several months.
Have you built a prototype yet, or how do you assess that it'll work and what it can support?
I've done research on the onboard diagnostics technology, and it can access these features. But as far as the prototype, no, this is what we need. We're going to put our $5,000 towards if you guys choose to support us.
So I'm clear about which part of this would be your technology. So the device, you mentioned the device that you can buy from Canadian Tire. So what you're going to develop an app to use that device? Or?
Yes. We're going to develop both the device and the application.
Okay. So you were just presenting Canadian Tire as sort of a scenario?
That was an area, yes, where you can buy
okay.
it. Any department store that has an automotive section. So yes, this would be very easy to do. It's very simple. Anyone can just go plug it in. Very simple instructions. One, do this, and you're done.
Are there any off-the-shelf devices that you could use to build your product?
Yes, there is code readers right now that all they do is you plug it in and it runs the diagnostic of your car. And those are sold at places such as Princess Auto and Canadian Tire. So all we're doing is connecting with the Bluetooth technology and several other features for a lower price.
Are there any security implications about being able to unlock your car and someone else hack into it and have it there?
Once you register your module, it's connected to your account. Your account will be similar to like your bank account where you cannot save your password. You have to type in your password every time. So it's basically just like having a banking account, but instead it unlocks your phone instead of transferring money.
And to do the unlocking mechanism, you'd just be within
range
to do that.
So with the money, if you win, what would you do? It goes to
developing a prototype and sending test modules out on the market to see how people will perform.
And the app as well?
Yes.
Do you have a team to help with making your plan as to what you need to do next? Or?
We have Mr. Hall and myself. We want our friends back there, Mr. Champion Snow. We have some of the mentors. They said they're going to come help us and some teachers.
Whether or not we receive the $5,000, we're going to pursue this. This is something we really want to have out on the markets for people.
So what happens if you leave your phone in the car?
Then you're back to square one. You can use someone else's phone. If they have the application on it, you could log in with their credentials and you could unlock it from their mobile.
Surely someone will be walking down the road with a phone.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah, sure.
So, are all the plugs, are they all standard, they're all the same? So
Yes.
Volkswagen is the same as a GM?
They're all
universal.
They're all universal?
Yeah.
So this kind of, the data, to me, it seems like it's it's been controlled by mechanics and car dealerships
Exactly.
up until now, right?
Yes.
So if you guys develop this, is there any way that the car dealership or the car companies can smack you with a lawsuit and say you're stealing our data or that kind of stuff?
No, I don't believe so, because they sell these code readers at the department stores, they're just not widely recognized. People don't exactly know what they're for.
Why do you think that is?
Well, no one really knows, like, just the advertising, where I never see advertisements for code readers or anything everywhere.
They're more for mechanics, I guess?
Yes, it's more like a trade secret, but they're out on the market.
I have one of my passenger side glove box.
Yeah.
How would you advertise this?
We're thinking about having, selling units to used car dealerships, so if you go pick up used cars, hey, you ever lock your keys in your car instead of buying, subscriptions to CAA or whatnot, you can just have this. Or we're thinking about having it at Princess Auto, Walmart, the entire department stores.
Have you looked into how easy or hard it is to get into the department stores? Get a new product in?
I've done some research at Princess Auto, because I work there. And, it's not going to be too hard, but it's not going to be easy to get it in. You have to show it works, provide security.
We're up for the challenge.
One concern that's been raised in the industry around these kinds of things, I mean, they're really neat capabilities, but it is security. Have you thought about some of those issues, that, you know, the possibility that it could be hacked by somebody else?
Well, some of the features, like the security features, like it would notify when your car's turned on. If someone is going to do this, it's going to send a message to your thing. It's like, did you authorize this? You can take no. And then once you come in range of your car, it will shut that module off, and it will not work until you put in to reinstate it.
Awesome. Okay, awesome. So we're going to take a 5-minute bio break. So if everyone wants to stretch up, go grab a drink, use washrooms, and we're going to get our prototype locker bay set up. Oops.
What do you want?
Please direct it. Judges should be able to see it.
Can I get you guys? Yeah. Wait, keep drinking.
You want? You got this?
Yes.
All right.
You got your clicker? Yeah, fine, just hit play. Just engage.
Hey, Sean.
All right, thanks, man.
I know yesterday I wore a skirt for a hero group.
Man, this is
I like it. Greatest both. What's that? That's sort of those things that probably. You guys think
Yeah, it's called integrity. But it's also strong. Every project, so I might be
like media team.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We want to do it after lunch.
In the middle. Yes, that was me.
Yeah.
Parking lot, strictly salacious. And the third time, when we took a seat off the stage, and I left it running, I left the car running. And did not know I was left for the entire.
I wanted to be honest, but it did
Okay, this one here, I analyzed.
You know, smart on some things. I can't improve everything. So I married the gearhead over there. Alright. Okay, I'm not sure who's like it.
What happened when you guys lost your keys?
Yeah.
All right, are we ready? And okay, so. Alright, so Caleb, are you all ready? You're all set up?
I'm
You're
ready.
ready to go? Do you need anybody to stand over here? You're gonna wander over? You're good?
I'm just gonna.
Okay.
All right, before I start, I just want to say thanks for the opportunity to be here, and I also, and thank you for the questions I'm sure you're going to have, but I would ask that you would leave them at the end, and I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, so Caleb Lane is from Hampton High School, and his idea is called Locker Bay.
All right. So, my name is Caleb Lane. As you heard, I'm from Hampton High School. I'm in grade 11. And I am the creator of Locker Tech and designer of my product, the Locker Bay. You're probably wondering, what is the Locker Bay? The Locker Bay is what I would call a solution to the problems that teens and workers face almost every day. And that is, the issue is the reliability of the power in their mobile device, in their battery. I'm sure you can charge overnight, that'll last about half a day. There's the odd time where it will drain on you, and then you have to find a power source to recharge it. There's three options. The first option is you find an outlet, you can plug it in there, but then you've got to babysit it to make sure it doesn't get stolen or damaged by mistake. The second option, if you're a student like myself, you would ask a teacher if you could leave the device in the classroom to charge. That usually works. The only thing is you can't rely on that teacher getting back or being able to go in later. Sometimes their shift ends, they're gone for the day, or they get called out to take care of something. That leaves your device locked in the room and inaccessible. Another option a friend of mine uses is, his idea is to carry two batteries around. It's all fine and dandy, it works, but he doesn't like having to take his cell phone apart, taking the old battery out and replacing it. It wears out his case, and when he takes out the old battery, it's usually pretty hot. And he can't leave that in his locker because, let's face it, students' lockers are usually a mess. That's a fire hazard. And as of the current, he keeps it in his pocket, and that's a health risk. But the other option that I supply is to charge it in your locker using this unit. It's very simple. You just put it in your locker, and you charge using your USB cable for your device. So why is it needed? There are two reasons. Security and accessibility while charging. It's secure, it's in your locker, only you can access that. And you can get to it at any time of the day. So how does it work? It's very simple. First, you put in the battery, then you clip it into your locker, you turn it on, and then you charge using your USB cable. And is there an interest? A very important thing to look at if someone was looking to invest. Initial survey results, I took a survey, I made up a survey online using SurveyMonkey, and 80% of the people who took that survey said they would use it and would pay from $15 to $50 for the unit. And something for investors to look at is what are the features if you're looking to get one of these. First, its main reason is to charge devices. The other, it plays music with an audio jack installed in the prototype. And it keeps your device secure. That's a given, because it's for a locker. So another important aspect to look at is the market for this. Now that's really anyone or anywhere that has a locker. We're talking schools, shift workers, amusement parks, gyms, even locker manufacturers. Anywhere where you bring your own device. Now for those of you who don't know, BYOD, that means to bring your own device. Many schools and businesses are implementing this practice. Companies are becoming more technologically oriented as time goes on, and having a chargeable device at school or the workplace is becoming more of a necessity each year. So why locker bay? Let's just go over that again. Security, it's in your locker, only you can get to it. Accessibility, you can get to it at any time of the day. You don't have to wait on somebody. Simplicity, it is simple in its design and installation. And if the product goes further, it will be a reliable product. I will now be taking any questions you may have.
Can you tell me about the battery?
Alright, now the battery that I have in this unit, as of right now, it's in the prototype stage. Right now this is hooked into 6-volt battery packs. It does somewhat work. Right now you plug your USB device in there, and it would read as overcharging, but because this is enough, it's not quite ready for that stage.
Do you want to show us your device?
Yeah, sure. Would you like me to bring it? Alright. This
It's okay, I first saw it.
That's really it's real simple, it's a simple circuit. You got your USB here, and that your power adapter. And it's a simple circuit leading to the battery.
So it could be small.
It could be small. They right now this is going to fit my locker at school, but I know that all lockers are the same, and there will be different versions of this later fit other lockers. And also there would be upgrades to make it more universal.
The universal in size?
Yeah. So how would people adjust so that it will withstand each friction? As of right now, it's held together. You will operate by promise and support on the holes in the sky and on the holes in the shelving plate.
Have you thought about any other possible markets for this kind of solution? And you're obviously thinking about your environment at school, airports, stations. How might this change?
Right. So like I said, it's really directed at people who are as lockers. Next to as well. They have a locker. It's perfect.
So you said
Yes, I use an audio jack right here. Just hook it up. And it plays using the audio jack.
So what would this be your next steps, given the money that we do?
Today, my next steps will be to invest more in the prototype, get it fully functional, and I'd also be working at getting it into the market.
How much do you think it would cost to put something together?
Well, this unit actually cost me around $15 to put together. People have been paying from $15 to $30. This unit costs $15, so usually when someone's looking to sell something, they usually double the cost to cover both what's making and the person who's working on it. So I'm saying around $30, $40, something like that.
What will it be made of? Will it be wood like this?
No, this is prototype. I'm hoping to go a little further, maybe plastic, something like that. Hoping.
Can you build that yourself, or is there someone local?
Plastic. Don't know that. Looking into that, yes.
So you charge this up by taking the battery out?
Yes.
Either take it home, put it in, and then
Yes, if this goes further, I would also invest in getting a custom battery pack made. I could just put in the back, and the person who uses it simply takes it out, takes it home, charges it overnight. It's good for the plot.
So you have to remember to take this.
Yes, but what I'm hoping is that it will be good for at least 4 to 5 charges. So it will be good for about a week. Yes, you.
I have a question. How hot is this gonna be? If I'm doing critical lock, my lock is getting pretty messy, so it's closed and unclosed. How hot is your laundry gonna be? Because you said your friend's battery pack you put in the lock and that goes fire hazard. What about this?
What about this? Well, I'm thinking of doing more work on the circuitry of the device to make sure that so that doesn't happen.
Okay.
So, and also it will be suspended, so it most likely wouldn't be touching anything for sure. So it will be an extra shock. Yes.
Who are some of your competitors, like people who make cases that charge your phone?
Even like multiple chargers, little things you can put in your pocket. Well, I've looked online, and I've seen devices you can put in your pocket. They cost from like $30 to $200, depending on what you're looking at. But from what I've seen, they're a little bulky and they're a little awkward to carry around. But like you say, they are. But this really, so that you wouldn't have to carry it around, you could just leave it there, and you could just get it whenever you need it. It's to keep it secure and accessible.
So knowing that you're gonna leave it there, you're not looking for portability, have you thought about what other types of functionality you could add to a device like that?
Well, I'm thinking if I move on to later versions, I would also make some that would work to charge laptops, because I know that's, some of my friends at school have been asking, hey, you made this, what about laptops? And I haven't really thought about that. That's what for them, but I would look into it. I know that you have to plug that into a wall, so it would be a little more difficult, but that would be something I'd look into. Any other questions?
Awesome, all right, thank you. That's great.
Throw the table
On your table, it's fine there, but you can certainly take it back if you're.
It's up to them, basically.
Nope, I don't.
Okay.
You don't have to stick it up here. If you want.
Stand there.
You can stand there. Yeah. Doesn't matter. So it goes. There we go. Oh, we have to do straight frames. Right, do we have to twin the screens? Yes? Right, where is that? Remind me, Ryan, is it in system preferences, right?
Yeah.
Displays.
It's
Mirror, right? So you can go.
Mirror arts.
There we go.
It's in the hall.
Oh, you need volume? Okay, where'd it go? There is a. We're gonna go. Hold down. 1 second. There was a four. There you go. There we are. There we test the volume. Yep. Are you all ready? All right, so now we're going to hear from Andre LaFrance and Grace Moreno from Fredericton High School and the Cup Phone Project.
Good morning, or good afternoon, everybody. My name is Grace Moreno, and this
I want to report it.
and we are both grade 11 students at FHS, and we came up with the Cup Phone Project. But before we begin, we'd like to give a little background detail about us. So I'm a grade 11 student, as I've already mentioned. I'm heavily involved with the cultural community in Fredericton, and the student representative council at FHS, and I'm the upcoming president for the 2014-2015 school year.
So, as I said before, I'm Andre LaFrance, and as well, I'm a grade 11 student, and at FHS, me and Grace are enrolled in the digital media course available at FHS, and that's sort of how we found out about this project. A little bit about myself: I've been involved in Army Cadets for the past 4.5 years, and have been volunteering at the local Fredericton Food Bank for the past year or so. So first, we'd like to talk about a little bit what our idea is about. So the Cup Phone Project will be a social networking site where users can sign up and create an account from which they can be randomly paired up with other users from around the world. And in these chats that they will be set up with randomly, the only medium for which they can talk to each other would be an audio chat, similar to the interface of a cup phone. So, and sort of 5 minutes or so, like after a predetermined amount of time, which will be intended for these two users to get to know a little bit more about each other anonymously, video chat will be enabled in the program, and each user will be able to see each other and talk to each other, a bit like Skype.
So this Cup Phone Project is meant to address the issue of racism in our society. It's a very prominent issue that's going on, and even though Canada's, the world is progressing, we're still sheltered and, yeah. So the basis of this is to break down the walls of racial prejudices using social media, especially because social media is basically running our world, and it's such a strong tool that we can use, and why not take advantage of it? Because you're not seeing who you're talking to, you can't judge them based on their race or what their ethnic background is. You can only base them off of their personality and their thoughts.
So a couple of facts that motivated our interest in this topic and what really led us to come up with this idea for a social networking site were that one, in 2009, StatsCan recorded that 1,473 hate crimes were committed in Canada.
And in 2010, 1,401 hate crimes were reported in Canada, and 52% were based on race, and this was a survey done by CBC. But these, even though this may not seem like a large number, this doesn't account for the many hate crimes that aren't reported. And using this statistic, it's been calculated that for every 100,000 people, there are at least 5 hate crimes.
So one issue that we wanted to address when we were coming up with the idea for a randomly paired social networking site was site protection. So a couple ways that a couple of ideas that we came up with to protect our users from others with possibly malicious intent were one, to allow the users the ability to exit out of the conversation at any time should they feel uncomfortable with the user they have been paired up with, and also giving each user the option to block and or flag inappropriate users, not only so they can no longer be contacted by this person, but also for the safety and well-being of the community, so they're also not affected poorly by these people.
If we were to be supported by, if we were to win the money for this competition, we would split it up over our three candidates. So first, the advertising. We'd like this to become a larger, we'd like to expand past New Brunswick and it to become a larger organization, so to advertise it possibly on Facebook, hey Google, things like that. We'd also like to change, make it more available to people. And something that was brought up was language barrier. So we'd like to have our website translated into different languages. Therefore, there's a larger demographic of people that are able to use it. Also, if the website proves to be successful, we would like to expand to an app to make it easier for other people to use.
And the last thing we wanted to show you was a video that we made in the past few weeks, sort of detailing the key points of our project.
This is our world. Population over 7 billion people and counting. Over time, we have developed numerous ways to connect and communicate as a species, yet still we find ourselves separated from one another. We build walls instead of bridges, and segregate ourselves from people that are different from us. People's intolerance and prejudices are tearing this world apart. We aim to change that. What if, when connecting with other people, we were able to take racism out of the equation? Imagine social media where you would be able to talk to people from across the world. This may sound like many others, but here's the catch. When chatting with other people on the social media, there is no video feed of either user. Users are randomly paired to chat with each other and remain anonymous until the end of the chat. This way, people are connected to others worldwide. If each person is simply talking to another person, you are no longer categorizing your chat partner based on their race or nationality. You are simply talking to people. Our goal for this project is to bring together people as equals to strengthen our bond as humans. We present to you the Cupphone Project.
How did you pick the name?
Well, originally, Grace was the one who came up with the base idea for a social networking site where you could only speak to people, not see them. So as soon as she bounced that off me, it was just like the first thing that came off my head. It's just like, I remember as a child, like me and my sister, we always used to play with cup phones just like around the house, so that's sort of where it stemmed from.
Why would, or how would you motivate people to go online and want to talk to strangers?
Well, advertising would be our main medium for trying to get people interested in the site. We're also hoping to maybe start a Facebook group on, start a Facebook group and ask people to share it with their friends and family, everyone, to try and get the word out through a large enough medium so that we could just make it available to everyone who may find it interesting, and just by spreading it through a large media of people, hopefully we could gain a larger user base that way.
So you said you randomly match people. Have you thought about doing more targeted matching so that someone might have something in common with the person they're talking to?
Well, one thing, the reason we made it so you just have to sign up and make an account rather than just going on the site and from there being matched up is that because you have to create an account, in that account, they can also select preferences, things you want to talk about, and also languages that you can speak in. So that if you're just an English-speaking person, you're not matched up with someone speaking Russian. So it's easier that way.
People, I know this is a very serious problem. I was just been reading your about your project and looking online. The Australian government, for example, has a report on racism in social media. The question, a couple of questions I have is, it seems to me people who are interested in meeting other people culturally, they wouldn't have a problem going to your site. They would enjoy going to your site. You know, this is a chance to meet other people. The question is for those who may be prone to, racist comments and so on online. What would encourage them to go to the site? Is the idea sort of to help change people or open their minds? And if so, how would you get them to go to the site?
Well, so advertising would really help, and if we're hoping that if we influence some people that are more aware or more okay with people from other cultures contacting them, then they could go to someone and tell someone that isn't as welcome to other cultures, talk to them about it, and get them to try it, because it's not like a permanent thing where you're living with this person or you're going to see this person every day. It's like a 5-minute conversation or a 20-minute conversation that you're going to have with them, and hopefully if we spread it out that way, it'll help people to connect.
And is this in response to any particular social networking site? Because I know of one in particular that I'm thinking about where there's this kind of problem that would be very similar to yours. But was there any one in particular that you were thinking about?
Actually, no. When I came up with the idea, I was actually at a camp a couple days before submissions for this project were due, and we were discussing many different things, and one of them was privilege when it came to race, and then it was like privileges, and one of the questions that they asked before we debriefed was, who's more likely to be carded, and it was all these things that have to do with how different races are evaluated, and that kind of got me thinking about how prominent it is in the world.
So do people have user IDs, or do they use their names?
Well, the main thing about it is we try to remain anonymous for the longest time possible, so the users are the people like introducing themselves and telling the other user a little bit more about them. So it would be up to each particular user which name they use. It would be up to them.
Okay, because I may have a foreign sounding name, and that defeats the whole purpose, or I may have an accent that you would hear, and you're prejudiced against that. Is there any typing involved, or is it just spoken?
It would just be, ideally, it would just be spoken words, and
We would also offer an interface where people could type what they want to say alternatively.
So if you win the money, you win the prize, what will you do with these steps?
Well, after we are done with the project, well, if we were to win the prize money, we would contact maybe some technology students over at UNB who have a bit more experience creating sites like this, where myself and Grace haven't had a lot of experience creating social media, to find someone who does to create a prototype and see how it works. And that would be the first step.
Have you thought about what's involved in implementing this kind of service?
definitely a lot of time and research. We are aware of the issue of racism, but I feel like we would like to go more in depth in both researching how to create the social media and communication itself. That way we can possibly improve or perfect our idea.
Do you think it's something you could implement within an existing service such as Facebook or something else? Would it be separate?
We were hoping originally that it could be an independent website all on its own, but it is possible that users could link this account to their Facebook. So, for one reason, so that friends of that user could more easily find out about the company product.
Who pays for the use of it?
We have two main sources of income that we had thought about. One would be advertisements on the site, just to generate revenue for maintenance and upkeep of the site. And also we would make donations available, similar to Wikipedia, where just any user at any time could just donate to the project as positive. Goodness. But yes, just at any time that they could donate to the sites because they agree with what we're doing. They they just like our idea.
Okay,
continue our vision.
Yeah.
But if you were to be doing it, would you try to build a bigger team?
I believe that we try to grow a bigger team, especially because in the next couple of years we'll both be going off to university, and he's moving away this summer, and so we need more people to help us connect. And him and I have, as he's already explained, that we don't have the skills to create a website. I've worked with Java before, but I'm not very familiar with it. So it'd be nice to have extra help and extra hands.
And actually, you said I will be moving away this summer, but I could see that as an opportunity to possibly branch out our operations and make it more well known, and not only in New Brunswick but also in other provinces. I'll be moving to Ottawa, in fact, and that being a larger city, I can see it's easier to get the word out a lot faster to a lot more people.
Okay, all right.
Great, Sophie. And we need the laptop again, right? All right, so now we're going to hear from Sophie Leonard from Ross. Oh, right, okay, I don't have a back slide. Oh, wait, I figured it out. There we go? Yeah. Here we are. Okay, great. Okay, so Sophie Leonard from Ross High School, and her idea is called School Needs.
So hi everybody, my name is Sophie Leonard, and I'm a grade 11 student, and I'm here to strengthen communities with my idea School Needs. So, I am involved in many activities at my school, and I see the kinds of problems that we have and that we can't solve on our own. Also, I play a lot of sports, and our sports are in desperate needs of new jerseys, but we don't have the funds to get them. Also, when I took chemistry, I needed a chemistry tutor, and I found a lot of my other students needed chemistry tutors as well, but our school does not supply many tutors for electives in our school, so we didn't know where we were supposed to go to find them. Also, another example of problems at our school is our performing arts program. We don't even have a proper stage at our school. We use our cafeteria stage, and also we are always looking for new costumes. So I have figured out an idea to solve this problem, and I'm calling my solution School Needs. So School Needs is a web platform that connects the community and the school. And so how it works is the school will then post their ideas on the school needs web platform, filling out a simple form naming the project name, the need, and the benefits, also some contact information. The school needs platform will then push it out to social media such as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And from there, the community will be able to see the project through the website and also through social media, because nowadays I find that social media is what's running our world today, and it's everything that we see and use. So this is a perfect way to get it out there and to get it further and for more people to find these projects. So to test out my idea, I created and got help to create a website, which stated my project, a little bit about myself, and I created 2 surveys, a school staff survey and also a public survey. On the school staff survey, I learned that the students and the educators had so many ideas, but they didn't know how to get them done and how to get them to successful, because we don't have the funding, the resources, and also the time and the volunteers to do so. Some of the educators gave me ideas, as one teacher said that he wanted to have an African unit in his social studies class, but he doesn't have the resources and the knowledge for that. Another teacher said that he wanted some materials for science experiments and some new ideas for field trips. On the community survey, I learned that the community really wants to help, but they are just not informed of how they can help, and they want to be engaged into the schools. I also learned that it's not just about funding that the community can learn. They can help by volunteering their time. They can help by having extra knowledge that teachers don't know. So there's so many different ways than just, here's a check to help you in this project, but here's my time, and here I can help you and do this and help with the students. So there are so many benefits to be realized. Students and teachers will learn by being engaged in school and community projects, and also the community will gain by being involved in helping students. It's a win-win for everybody, the students, the school, and the community. And also, another benefit is that the schools will work together and they'll collaborate together so that they may notice that they share similar problems and that they can work together so they can be more of a success. I got an example, I got in a survey, and St. John High School and 3 other high schools are involved in, it's a festival called Write Stuff Writers Festival, and it's an annual festival, and they get funds, but they tell me that they don't get enough funds and they don't get enough volunteers. So this would be a perfect opportunity that the schools can work together and the community can say, here, I can put some money into this, but it's also helping 3 other schools in a whole annual festival. So before I submitted my idea, I emailed 5 principals just to get some feedback and just to see what they think and if they'd use it. And some of the feedback I got were some privacy issues through the use of social media. But I want to clarify that the students are not allowed to post on the school's needs website. It is the school staff that will be posting, and it'll be them who will be putting any of the information, so none of the students' personal information or anything like that will be posted. So we can start this project here in New Brunswick, but I have a bigger vision. I think this can help students across the country and beyond. So I want to thank everybody for having this competition and letting us students think of ideas that we would never have the opportunity to do. And I know that this can be successful, so let's get this implemented and let's get this on for my senior year at Rossett High School.
So what will you do with the money? What will be your next steps?
The money, I think, will just be able to get a technology partner and to help me create the web platform and also market it so that the community knows about it. And I'd like to pitch some ideas through principals and get them on my back, even though right now I do have the support of many principals.
I spend some of my spare time talking to teachers about what they need from the IT community, finding mentors to help the teachers, and it's really hard.
Yes, exactly. I think, like, I was talking to my technology teacher, and he wants to do a whole new unit in technology for grade 9s and 10s because he finds that some of the technology is old-fashioned and we're not doing new things, but he wasn't educated in the new things because he had gone to university at that time. So he would love for some help with some companies that could come in and teach him something so that he can teach it to his school.
How will you let the community know that this even exists? How will you advertise that?
Right now, I have created the website and I pushed it through social media. So I've already gotten many people that already know about it. And like this, I only have the website out on Tuesday. And so since Tuesday, I have 50 people that are already interested, and that's just that people that answered the survey. But I know that 143, I think it is, viewed the actual website. So it's already getting out there, and I don't think the problem will be to get the community to know about it. I think the hardest thing is to get them to use it and to get them to realize that like this is for sure, and this is a solid website that I can use.
So is it primarily for getting volunteers or funding or both?
It's for really all of them. Like the funding is always going to be a major issue for all schools, no matter how wealthy the school can be. Always money is a problem, and I think that is one thing. But I think a lot of the things that it can benefit is just the volunteering and the time and the resources. And there's so many projects, like on the surveys, teachers just gave me long responses about projects they have ideas, but they just don't have the knowledge and the resources and the funds to get them done.
Will the province or the school board, have you talked to them about helping to fund it, or if the teachers identify needs, maybe they, the officials, can provide some of those?
Yes, I haven't talked to like a higher administration education, but that is what I want to do, because I know to keep this maintaining, I'm going to have some money to do that, and I don't want to take that from the schools, and I don't want to take that from the community. So I want to go talk to the school administrators to get a grant or something higher level, so that I'm not getting the schools to pay when they already don't have enough money, and I'm not getting the community to pay when they're already trying to help out in the school.
Have you looked at any other examples or examples of other people trying to do this, other companies? Are there any other similar kinds of services?
I did research to see if there's anything like this out there, and I didn't find that there was really one that concentrated on schools. I found that there were bigger community ones, and that is what I kind of want to go. I don't want it to just be stuck in the school. Like, I have bigger visions for this, and I feel like it can go beyond what I have right now, and it can go beyond to the community, and it can go to helping events in the community, not just events that are at the school. And I did look, but there wasn't anything that's specific like that I have right now.
So when someone poses a problem to the service and they garner support, what happens then? What does the service do for them?
So you're asking how the website, or how they get the problem onto the website?
Well, you showed us how they would get the problem on the website, right. But what would the website do to help them after that?
Right. Well, the website would push it out to social medias, and it's really I'm not doing anything. The platform is really doing everything for us. It is getting it out to social medias, and that I think is where we will find the people. Like, it will be able to share it on Twitter, shares on Facebook, likes and Facebook groups, and all these things will help promote the idea. And this is how, when the community sees these projects and they find these projects, they'll be able to now contact them back and contact the schools and say, like, I can help with this. I have knowledge in this area that I can help you out with, or I can volunteer my time for this project, or anything like that.
Are any of those tools being used today in terms of how teachers or classes or schools raise money for specific projects?
Yeah, we are doing, like, it does get pushed out to Facebook, but
someone has to kill.
Yeah, it's really like it's unorganized, and it's not being useful, and we're not taking advantage of the uses that we have today. And I find a lot of things are through papers. Parents are getting papers at home, like students are bringing home papers, and everything is, and they're just getting, I don't know, it's not a productive way to dealing with the problem, and it's not getting done fast enough, I believe.
How much administration would be required for this? Would someone have to be monitoring in the line, or?
You would have to maintain the platform, yes. I'm not 100% certain how it would all plan out, but I think that it is a very easy way of doing something, and it doesn't involve that much. Like, it doesn't involve that much technology and expertise, but it's just an easy way to get things done.
So would the platform handle the responses from people, or would they just send emails? The platform would send out the requests to the different social media sites, and then, but do you envision the platform handling the responses, or would they just sort of take the email from the request and...
Right, yeah, there will not be a messaging on the site. There will be no, like, specific messaging for school needs. It'll be contact information to go specifically to the principal or specifically to that teacher. So it's just like on the form, you'll have a little area, contact me, and that's how someone will go. There's no, like, messaging through the site back to people.
The audience.
How would you expect for schools to, like, go onto your website? Like, say you're starting a website and you're probably going to start locally, like around here with maybe those 5, right? But how would other schools from like different regions or different countries even find out about your website or get on?
That will all be through social medias, because once something gets posted and shared, and that person that was friends with that person, and it just all gets shown, and that'll be one of the places where I'll put some of the money in is marketing, to get a marketing plan out there and to figure out how I'm going to get it that far out. But it's all about starting here and then just getting up there and getting further and further beyond.
And then you got another audience question.
Will people be able to post on this site for if there was a fundraiser locally and they wanted community members to help out or anything like that?
Yeah, that is the bigger vision of this, is not just to have the school posting things they need. I want the community to be able to post things as well, so that the schools can then help out the community, and it can be a joint thing that everybody can work on and everybody can work together, because once you have the community and the schools working together, it just makes everything better.
No. Okay, awesome. All right. Are we ready for our final pitch of the afternoon? All right, come on, guys. All right. So if you want, you can stick it up there. This is your height. Okay, and you guys know what you're going to do, right? It was there. There we go. Okay, so our final pitch of the afternoon is Dustin Ford's Colt Scott Hampton High School with Paw Print.
Hi, I'm Dustin Forbes, Colt Scott, and we are the creators of Paw Print Industries and our product, the Paw Print, a new type of dog leash.
So our product, it came about after I ended up chasing my dog late at night for a couple of hours. We were in the dark, scrambling around in the woods trying to find him. And after we got him inside, I looked at my phone and I looked at my dog. Then I thought, if you can track an iPhone, why can't you track a dog?
That same night, I was at a dinner party with all my relatives, and we were all dressed up, it was nice, and someone had the greatest idea of letting the dog outside. And we spent about an hour and a half outside, in the dark, in Kingston. It was great.
Since then, we've been developing the product. We're still in concept stage, so we're figuring out how everything's going to work. We've had some great help from mentors such as Mark Ryan, Terry Cook, Curtis Howe, and Phil Sweezy. They've been very helpful in developing the idea.
So, who in this room has a pet dog or cat? Show of hands. How many of those pets have been lost? And I don't know if I have to ask this question, but how many people in here have a laptop or a smartphone? Almost everyone. Well, wouldn't it be great if you could track where your lost pet went to through an app on your laptop or smartphone? That's what our product is. It is a 3-part thing, the Poprin. It's made up of a mobile app, a collar, and a GPS perimeter you would place around your house. And the small collar would go on your pet's leash, or collar, and you would track it through the app. And you would get a ping every so often telling you where your pet is. Once the pet has left the electronic perimeter, you would get an SMS, phone call, text telling you your pet has left the perimeter of your house, and you would get a live GPS feed right then and there tracking your pet immediately. The Poprin would be connected to your smartphone. It would be small to put on a dog's collar leash, but we would also have different sizes ranging from breed, having it from large, medium, small, and small could also be used on pet cats. It would come in various different sizes, and it is the only thing like it on the market right now. Some other extra features would include vibration for training purposes, QR codes with the pet's information on it that would be built in with the app, GPS tracking, rechargeable lithium battery, and more. And just an extra feature we've been looking at recently would be covers for it, such as pearl necklaces, bow ties, and other fun things to make your pet look stylish.
Yeah, we know people are into that for some reason. Some statistics on pets and their owners in Canada. There are 7.9 million pet cats in Canada and 5.9 million dogs. That's over 13.8 million pet owners in Canada alone. The pet industry makes $8.9 billion per year, and 83% of pet owners consider their pet family. With those numbers in mind, there's a massive market in Canada we can tap into, and that's just in Canada alone. Dog owners in Canada will spend an average of $18,000 on their pet. Sorry, $1,800. And cat owners claim to spend $1,400 on their pets. Here's a short video that we created. Hang on. Oh, where's the cord? Yeah.
I forgot to tell you the sound. Okay. One moment. You put it up there. Okay, and I'll catch it. Okay. Okay, here you go.
So there are a few complications we've run into while we're only in the concept stage. Battery life being our main issue. If the battery doesn't last long, people will automatically dump the product and move on to something that has greater battery life. For example, the Samsung smartwatch was dumped because the battery life lasted only a couple of hours. Now people move on to the Pebble, which lasts for more than a week. Another thing would be GPS provider, how specifically we're going to link it to the smartphone to track your pet. And finally is waterproofing, because your pet gets dirty, and let's be honest, they're going to get wet too. Our main competition is the Puppy by BeLove. Their product is okay, but doesn't compare to what we have in store for this. It's not waterproof, first of all, and the tracking is only a check-in tracking. So you have like this network of people, and once they see the dog, they'll check in, but by the time you actually get to that point, the dog could have moved on. Thank you. Anyone have any questions?
Can you explain the wires they are? Is that like the security ones?
Potentially, it would be 4 points around any perimeter you'd like to set, and it wouldn't be a wire, it would be GPS. So once it passed that, the device would turn on and activate a live feed.
So that just triggers it to start
Yes,
broadcasting?
that's also how we're going to save battery life. We'll keep it mostly off when it's not inside when it's inside the perimeter, and as soon as it goes beyond the perimeter, it'll activate the GPS and start a live feed.
So if the GPS thing is one of your main challenges to figure out, what are some of your ideas around how you would, like what kind of communication options are there?
We're thinking, we have a couple of ideas. Cell service, tapping into the cell network somehow would link the two. Or doing a long-range GPS connection with only 2 devices. So we're still in concept stage, so we still are working out things. But that's part of what we do with the $5,000 is our research and development and prototyping, so we can iron out all these issues.
But the idea is that whether your dog's in the next yard or across town, you can see where it is.
Yes. Yeah.
What does the other device, what does it sell for? The $40.
$40.
$40.
Yes.
Did you say what yours would sell for? Or you don't know yet?
We don't know yet.
How would you advertise
Social media, definitely. Might get an advertising plan if we move beyond this. We're also planning on starting a Kickstarter campaign to get enough funds to actually create this product, and part of those funds would go to advertising.
And once we get a prototype done, we were talking about going to local vets and talking to them about it, and also the animal rescue.
So if we're targeting social media, how would you find people?
Well, we could search hashtags, like constantly searching hashtags like puppy, dog, things like that. Right. That would indicate pet owners, and we can design like we can write our tweets specifically to those people.
So you identified out one competitor. You didn't see any other devices that are could be used or repurposed for this?
That was the only product we found that was anywhere near similar to our product.
Somebody mentioned the tile, which can be used for keys. You can put it on a dog's collar, but it's not waterproof, and it's not very rugged. Like, they can break very easily. It's only a plastic shell. We're proposing an aluminum shell, nice and strong, sturdy product that won't break if your dog rolls around on it and whatnot.
Yeah, I think the distance definitely wrong that seems to be the biggest challenge with these sensor things is how do you send a signal back to it's all technology. Have you looked at any of the people who make those wireless electric fences? If they're doing anything that's about notifications out or
As we said, we're still in concept stage. We're still assessing the market. We're still assessing the competitors. So we'll look into that.
Right.
Okay, awesome. All right. All right, so now the judges are going to disappear into a room and they're going for. So the rest of you, probably got about 15 minutes to get out, stretch your legs, go outside, get some fresh air, whatever. It is right now 2:30, right? So why don't we be back here for 2:45 for
your parents are driving you or something, it might make it a little bit easier. So how many people would say during the week is best? How many people say the weekend is better? Okay. Okay, just so you get a good gauge, that kind of confirms a couple little assumptions that we have. If you guys want, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have, before you guys leave there, even since the judges are still deliberating, I'll get Aaron, who's back there, Aaron and myself, we're going to bring up a Google sheet. And I'll get you guys, if you're interested, be like, hey, I might be interested in this in a couple weeks' time. We'll get you guys to put in your name and email, and then when we get this initiative going, we'll send you guys a on that side. Does that work? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So give us like 5 minutes, and we'll be back. You guys
You might have like a plus one?
And
All you need to do is go into Indiegogo.com, search Chat to the Future. It should pop up. It's the only one on there. If you could share that, even if you don't donate, could you please share that link? Because we need to get the word out there. Like all your extended networks and all your networks, they need to know about this because we need funding.
At the moment, we have 3% of our goal, and we only have under a month to raise this money. We are at $150, and we need to get up to $5,000 raised. So any help would be greatly appreciated.
Again, Indiegogo, Chat to the Future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, judges took longer than 15 minutes, which is a good sign because they were all awesome pitches. So, you know what? They're going to talk to you for a few minutes and tell you what they kind of took away from all of your pitches, and then we're going to announce the 3 finalists. So, who would like to start? Phil, there we go.
Anyway, I brought some goodies for the students from NBCC, some tablet styli, and there are pins inside, so please help yourself. I just wanted to say how honored I am to be asked to do this and how thrilled I am. I just yesterday read a story about one of the scientists who pioneered the technique for discovering planets around other stars. I don't know if any of you looked at those news stories, but what I learned from that I didn't know is that how difficult it was for him to convince other people of his idea. I mean, he spent almost 20 years sort of fighting his colleagues within astronomy to accept his idea. And so what I took from that was how important it is to really stick with your ideas and keep refining them. And as long as you understand the truth in your idea, then you're not losing. You're really doing something. So the point here is that unfortunately we have to pick but a few of the projects as quote winners, but really everybody here is a winner because first of all you have the courage to come up with an idea, to work on it, and to have the courage to stand up here. I know it's difficult to make presentations sometimes, and so I would encourage all of you. And we've read your proposals in depth. All of you to continue to pursue your ideas, no matter the outcome here. There will be ways to refine your ideas, to work on them and improve them. And for each of the projects, I have a folder with some information that I thought was pertinent to your project, and you may find them useful. And then there's just some general information about some techniques for refining your idea. So afterwards, if you come see me, be happy to share this with you, and I'll be available if if you want to talk after the contest. So thank you.
Well, I didn't bring any prizes and I didn't bring folders, but I just want to say I'm really impressed with what I saw today, with the presentations and the ideas, and just the uniqueness of each idea, I guess, that people just think of things. And one thing that Lisa and I were talking about earlier is based on where you are today. So you're all having ideas that I wouldn't think of, someone my age, but I'm going to talk to my kids tonight and ask them what would they need. But last weekend I was able to go to a Scratch programming competition and see a high school coding competition, and now to see all of you. And I'm so impressed with the talent and the ingenuity and just people willing to work hard and put themselves out and to I guess, take on extra work to present these ideas and think of them. So I know it wouldn't have been easy to come here today and not know what you were facing, and I think that everybody did a great job, and the ideas are all good. And even as Bill said, if the one you brought today doesn't work out, you've gone through a lot of the thought process. So the next idea may be just a little bit easier. And it might be just a little bit different, but that's all okay. Thanks.
Well, I just, I guess, third that whole concept of us being impressed with what was on offer today. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the skills that you're already displaying, whether it's your presentation skills, the tools, the technology you've used, video editing, the prototype skills, the knowledge of your markets and sectors. I mean, it's really encouraging to see you guys have put this effort into it, and you're just at the start of your careers. So, like Bill said, you know, these ideas are all good, and you should keep at them. And being young, being at the start, you have the opportunity to choose programs in school. You know, you're going to fashion design and programs related to that in Ryerson. Like, it's a really good way to pursue, you know, your interests, and then see if you can't turn them into businesses or some type of initiative. And who knows, maybe you will only get through halfway through school and you start a flexibility, things will go from there. But again, good job, and thanks. I really enjoyed the day.
So just before we announce the three teams that are going to get money for the prototype, I just wanted to say thank you very much from Brilliant Labs. It was great fun meeting all of you and hearing all the great ideas and the ones that weren't able to make it here today. For everyone who is here today, if you're interested, we're going to give you a subscription to Make Magazine, which is a really fantastic publication that comes out once every couple of months. That you know, if you're interested in building something, whether it's an app, whether it's a piece of technology, prototyping, this is a really great resource for sparking those ideas and finding low-cost ways to kind of do some of these prototypes. So if you're interested in one of those, just come up, fill out this form, and we'll get that sent off to you. You can get a digital or a print subscription, no problem. And we've got a few other little notepads and things up here that you can take back with you as well. But I invite our three judges to come up and announce our three winners.
Well, let's just start. Okay. So in no particular order, just 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, whatever. So I'd like to say that Blake is one of the winners. Yeah. So I like that you really know your target market. That it's your own space. You're not out there. What I would do looking for a product, I may not necessarily look at my own demographic. I would look farther. But you understand who you are, your friends are, your environment in your school. You looked at a product that existed, so you know there's a need. You know how to make it better. You have plans for it. And your presentation was great. So all around, good job and good luck.
The other finalist is the solar panel guys. So that idea is it's not so much a new idea. This has been around for a while, but I think you guys are stumbling upon it at the right time, and you're in the right place. As you may know, New Brunswick and NB Power are embarking on a whole smart grid initiative. We've got Siemens in the next building over there working on ways to help reduce and shift demand. And the product that you're working on, one that could be a real good solution to homeowners in New Brunswick to help them save money. I know that it works. The amount of heat that those things put out is pretty amazing. You got a good team, and you've already got some people that are interested in it. So if you can get your manufacturing process down and really refine that, I think you have a good shot at making something else. Very good.
Last but not least, another winner is the Lost Fisherman Research. thought, well, clearly this is an important problem, but it has special significance in this region given the importance of fisheries. There are some existing technologies, as you correctly pointed out, and I think that was a positive in your presentation that you had done the background research. So there are some competing technologies, but I think one idea that may be unique was the idea of having the boat monitor someone when they've gone missing, which is quite different from some of the other tracking devices that I'm aware of that are based on satellite technology. But then also that we thought this was an eminently doable project, given that there is technology that we can possibly pull off the shelf. And then also within my program and the Mobile First initiative in NBCC, that we would offer our assistance to help you develop a prototype of this. Thank you.
All the rest of you, do not leave here without speaking to me or to Brian, because we have a list of people that we are going to connect you with, that all of our judges have agreed that they are all awesome ideas, and we all know very specifically who we want to connect you with to help you take your idea to the next level. So don't leave without coming to talk to us. Thank you very, very much. Do you want to say a few words about Brilliant Labs and what's to come next?
Well, again, thank you very much. Brilliant Labs, role we can hopefully play as some of your ideas, and then I'm going to talk to you afterwards. If there is something you want to continue working on, even if you didn't win one of the awards today, we can try and help you get some of the equipment in your classroom. If you just talk to your teacher and get your teacher to get in touch with us, we can try and get you some of the equipment to actually try and be able to build some of these simple prototypes and still hook you up with mentors. Hopefully we'll have more opportunities like this again in the future for all of you.
Absolutely, and both University of New Brunswick and NBCC have expressed interest in hearing about all these ideas as well. So we absolutely want to tap all of you into that post-secondary world, which we hope is where all of you are headed. So thank you very much for coming. And you can check the Wicked Ideas Twitter feed for all the photos we've taken of you today. And tomorrow morning, the story will be up on the website with all the photos. See your day there.
Fill out one of these for a subscription to Make Magazine, and there's a few other